So I recently posted some videos about my solar trailer version 2 and my carport. I charged my Silverado EV and my Tesla Model X with the solar trailer, and I finally have some people visiting my channel. But a vendor of mods for EVs reached out to me, BestEVmods, and asked if I would review a few of their products that are available. I also bought some accessories from Chevrolet, which I'll comment on, but I'll start with BestEVmods. BestEVmods reached out to me and asked if I would review a couple of their products for my Silverado RST EV, and I said I would. Never did it before, but they gave me no guidance on what to say or not say. So the first product was this armrest cover. I wasn't sure what the use case would be because, first of all, it slides over the armrest and it would cover the RST badge. But if you wanted to keep it nice and pristine, the stitching is very, very similar. The red stitching is what they sent me. And if it got damaged, perhaps it would cover up some damage. It wouldn't be my first choice, but I'm going to leave it on and use it for a while. The second product was this center console organizer. So it goes under the armrest, and it comes with some rubberized inserts, and on the bottom there's a sticky portion. Not sticky like tape, but sticky that it won't slide. And I put those in, and we'll talk about it momentarily. And then finally, the product I like the most is the safe, also the most expensive. It actually uses 2 bolt holes that are under the armrest as well, so you have to choose between the organizer and the safe. The safe is very secure, well built, and is my favorite of the 3 items. So notice this armrest cover looks very close to the original. However, it only has red stitching, and it covers the RST badging, whereas the original has red and blue. But it's close enough, and it fits pretty easy. Let me get over to the other side, and it's really just another layer of protection. So again, unless you're the kind of guy that would cover the seats and cover the armrest, I think the best use case for this would be as if that became damaged or started wearing funny. So I'm going to leave it on, and I will use it for a while, see how it holds up. It doesn't bother me. It has those elastic straps underneath to secure it in place. And for the 20-some bucks, not a bad deal. Here's the tray. It has these rubberized pieces that go in the tray. It makes it easy to clean, which I like. The bottom is, you can see it's shiny. It's like sticky, but not sticky like tape. It'll just hold it in place in the tray. If you got dirt on it, I don't know how you'd get it off. It would really want to stick to it. Maybe soap and water. It's that kind of a surface. But I like it. It organizes things. The problem you'll see is that you have to make a choice. The organizer or the safe. And I really like the safe. Or do you have to choose? I used this one in a little different way, but it drops right in, perfect fit. I see some dust flying around. I should have vacuumed better before I put it in. So what I did was I moved it up into the front portion, and I just have my NACS adapter and a trailer adapter that reduces it down to 4 pins. Now it left that opening available to me. So I take out the rubberized piece, and there's 2 bolts. You're not going to reuse these bolts. They send bolts with it. And that little wrench. So I pulled out the plastic, dropped the safe in, and put the new bolts provided. I think they're a little longer. They come with washers. Those are the originals. Not real easy to get in there, but after you loosen a little bit with the wrench they provided, you can take them out the rest of the way with your fingers. So those are the old bolts. You can see they took advantage of the center console being mounted to some extent with those bolts. And now we have to put in the safe and the new bolts and washers that you can see in there. And there's just a single instruction sheet. Talks mostly about setting the combination. It has both combination lock, defaults to all zeros, and it has a key, which is good. And I tested it many times. Imagine if you bolt it in place and lock it and aren't able to unlock it, you would be drilling this out. Wouldn't be that hard, but it wouldn't be fun either. So after you get the bolts in, you just replace the piece of foam that goes on top to keep it nice, and the bolts are no longer exposed. And there is a portion up top, that little nipple up top, that you could put something. So if you're in law enforcement or you choose to have a gun in your car, this would be a perfect place to store it. So you could either use the key or you can use the combination to get in there. It doesn't block the USB-C port or anything. It's perfect. I figured I'd include the instruction sheet that came with the safe. Not much to it though. As you saw in my video, you just lift out the plastic protector, loosen 2 screws, drop the safe in, put the new screws in, and the foam protector. That's it. So now let's talk about what I bought from Chevy and what I tried to buy from Chevy. So I have a need for some cross rails, and I first tried to go on the cheap, order some from Amazon and put them on. I decided against it, even though this is 5 times the cost. And the reason being is, in part, at the very back of the bed, you see there's a place for those rail stakes to go, and then you can mount it. There's a bolt hole on the inside. The 2 where these fit have to actually get drilled out, or cut out rather, because the plastic, you can see where it's supposed to go, but it's just an outline. You have to use like a multi-tool or something to cut it out. Then these 4 small pieces on the lower right fit in, which the cross rails click into. But if you ever want to take the cross rails off, the lower left, those 4 plates will cover the hole that had to be cut. So here they are mounted. And to release them, there's just a lever that swings left and right on the inside. And now the other. And this is important to be able to take them off. It's so low profile, which is what I want, because you can't even roll up the tonneau cover with it on. So you have to be able to take it off. And I have a need. I want to use those to mount something to, which will be coming up in a video. So here it's getting popped on. That's that protective cover if you want to leave the cross rails off. That's the first time I put it in there. It's kind of hard to get off. But then you just put the cross rails back in place and throw that lever from left to right or right to left, whatever it is. So the other issue I'm having is almost everything on Chevy's website for the Silverado EV is not for the Silverado EV. Well, I shouldn't say almost everything, but that's the charger that comes with it, level 1, level 2. It's different than the charger that comes with the Hummer and the Equinox and such. It's brand new, but everything you find on Chevy's website is for the other connector. I wanted to get the other connector types for my level 1, level 2 charger. So I could fit any plug, a 20 amp standard plug versus 15 amp, because the one blade is sideways. There's 30 amp plug heads and things of that nature that are available. What I got was these plugs that do not look anything like my connector. They're 4 metal pieces, male and female pieces, in a line, versus mine are a square. If you go back a little bit, you'll see that. Same with the vehicle-to-vehicle adapter. It's supposed to do 6 kilowatt of vehicle-to-vehicle charging. Well, no, because I would need a charger, a level 1, level 2 charger, that has the connector that it more like in a square. But if you look at the bottom, the left side of the screen, there are 4 pins, 1, 2, 3, 4, all in a row. That does not fit my adapter. When can I get my adapter? Nobody knows. You call Chevy, you have a EV Concierge helping you. They are clueless. So I'm waiting, and I'll keep you up to date. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for staying to the end.